Hey, space explorers. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what's out there really far away? I mean, way farther than the moon or even the planets in our solar system. We're talking about galaxies, huge cities of stars, dust, and gas, just like our own Milky Way. For a long time, scientists had a pretty good idea of how these galaxies were born. Imagine the universe is like a giant pot of soup that just started cooking, right after the Big Bang, which was the super-duper big event that started everything. The soup was really hot and smooth. As it cooled down, tiny little bits started clumping together. First, small clumps formed, and then those small clumps merged to make bigger clumps. That's how scientists thought galaxies formed. Little baby galaxies would bump into each other and merge over billions of years to become the giant, majestic galaxies we see today. It's like starting with tiny Lego bricks and slowly building a massive castle. We call this the bottom-up model. Makes sense, right? Little things combine to make big things. To check this idea, astronomers built incredible tools to look back in time. Wait, look back in time? How is that even possible? Well, think about light. Light travels super fast, but space is super, super, super big. So, the light from distant galaxies takes a very, very long time to reach us. When we look at a galaxy that's billions of light years away, we're actually seeing the light that left it billions of years ago. It's like getting a postcard from the past. The farther we look, the further back in time we see. So to see the baby pictures of the universe, astronomers built the most powerful time machine ever, the James Webb Space Telescope, or JWST for short. This amazing telescope is like a giant golden eye in space, designed to see the faintest, oldest light from the dawn of time. Everyone was so excited to finally get a clear look at the first baby galaxies and confirm our Lego brick theory. But when Webb opened its eye and sent back the first pictures, whoa, things got weird. The pictures were stunning, of course, but they showed something completely unexpected. Something impossible. In the dark, ancient corners of the universe where we expected to see only tiny, clumpy baby galaxies, Webb found something else. It found galaxies that were already big. And not just big, but well-formed and structured, like spiral galaxies you might see in a textbook. They looked surprisingly grown up. Imagine looking into a nursery expecting to see newborns, but instead you find a bunch of teenagers who are already 6 feet tall. That's what it was like for astronomers. These galaxies were spotted in the universe when it was only about 500 to 700 million years old. That might sound like a long time, but for the universe, which is almost 14 billion years old, that's just a baby. According to our old Lego brick model, there simply wasn't enough time for these galaxies to get so big and organized. It would be like trying to build that massive Lego castle in just 5 minutes. It just doesn't work. The universe's first stars should have been forming, and small galaxies should have been just starting to merge. But these impossible galaxies, as some scientists started calling them, were already huge and packed with stars. This discovery sent a shockwave through the world of astronomy. It was like finding a dinosaur fossil with a smartphone. It just doesn't fit the story we thought we knew. Scientists started scrambling. Was the James Webb Telescope seeing things wrong? They checked and rechecked the data. Nope, the telescope was working perfectly. The galaxies were real. So, if the galaxies are real, then our old theory must be missing something. The story of how galaxies grow up needs a rewrite. This is what's so exciting about science. A new discovery can completely change our understanding of everything. It's not about being wrong. It's about learning something new and even more amazing. Scientists are now buzzing with new ideas. What could explain these giant early galaxies? One idea is that maybe the first seeds of galaxies were much bigger than we thought. Instead of tiny clumps, maybe massive clouds of gas collapsed directly into huge galaxies right from the start. Imagine instead of starting with tiny Lego bricks, you started with giant pre-built wall sections. That would certainly speed up the building process. Another wild idea involves something called primordial black holes. What if, in the very first moments of the universe, tiny but super dense black holes were formed? These black holes could have acted like cosmic magnets, pulling in gas and dust at an incredible rate, quickly building a giant galaxy around them. It's like having a superpowered vacuum cleaner in the center of your Lego project, sucking up all the bricks to build the castle in record time. And it wasn't just their size that was surprising. Webb also found that these early galaxies were churning out stars at an incredible speed. They were like cosmic star factories working overtime. But then just as quickly, some of them seemed to stop. They ran out of gas, the fuel for making stars, and went quiet. This is another puzzle. Why would they burn so brightly and then suddenly fizzle out so early in the universe as life? These questions are what scientists are working on right now. The James Webb Space Telescope isn't just taking pretty pictures, it's a detective gathering clues from the dawn of time. Every new image gives us another piece of this incredible cosmic puzzle. We were living in a time where the history of the universe is being rewritten right before our eyes. So what does this all mean for us? It means the universe is even more mysterious and wonderful than we ever imagined. It reminds us that there's always more to learn and discover. The story we tell ourselves about the cosmos is constantly evolving, just like the galaxies themselves. The impossible galaxies aren't really impossible. They're just challenging us to think bigger and be more creative. Who knows what other surprises Webb has in store for us? Maybe it will find even older, even bigger galaxies. Or maybe it will find clues that lead to a completely new theory we haven't even dreamed of yet. That's the adventure of science. You start with a question, you build a tool to find the answer, and sometimes that tool gives you a whole new set of even more exciting questions. So, the next time you look up at the stars, remember those impossible galaxies. Remember that we are part of this grand cosmic story that is still being written. And who knows, maybe one day one of you watching this will be the scientist who helps figure out the next chapter. Thanks for joining me on this cosmic journey today. It's truly an amazing time to be a space fan. If you enjoyed this and want to explore more wonders of the universe with me, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think about these impossible galaxies. See you next time, Space Explorers.